Okay, so today we're reviewing Seven Psychopaths, directed by Martin McDonagh, and starring Colin Farrell, Sam Rockwell, Woody Harrelson, Christopher Walken, Tom Waits, Abby Cornish, and Olga Kurylenko. Holy shit.
What?
I had no fucking idea that Tom Waits was actually in this movie. And I was like,
shit.
Dude, I was like, that guy really reminds me of Tom Waits.
That's weird, dude. I didn't even realize that until just now. Damn, dude, he looks like shit now. He's so fucking old.
So what's the main premise? The main premise is about a guy named Marty, played by Colin Farrell, who's struggling to develop a screenplay for a basic, vague idea he has entitled Seven Psychopaths, which is somehow related to these seven psychopaths. And as the story progresses, these events begin to unfold, and he begins to incorporate them into his screenplay. His screenplay turns out to be very similar to the events that actually occur in this movie. The story essentially strings from two different sides. You got the side with Colin Farrell playing Marty Farnan, and then the side of Woody Harrelson as this mafia guy. And their stories eventually they come together. It's really interesting to see how it all plays out, I think.
Yeah, and it's just kind of funny that it centers around this stolen Shih Tzu.
Man, look, all I gotta say is that I went in this movie not knowing exactly what to think, but I came out very content. I was happy. I was by myself in the movie, but I was still like, I still really enjoyed it, and I came out and I was feeling good, like, about what I had seen, and, you know, the fucking day went great. I went and got a burrito. The burrito was amazing, so it was an overall good night.
Yeah, that's always good, man. Fucking burrito.
Yeah.
I got my foot long at Subway. It's a good day.
No, man. Dude, so this movie was meant to be a dark comedy, for sure. And it really was. And in many respects, it reminded me of a combination of Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill, if you know what I mean.
Like, I definitely got some Kill Bill vibes, for sure.
Yeah, it has that excessive gore. I mean, the script, for example, reminded me of Pulp Fiction a lot. Like, it's just all these particular unique characters, all these like branching out stories that come together in a way.
It's just like not all chronological,
yeah.
And I thought that kind of added to the storytelling.
Even though this was a dark comedy, I laughed much more than I would in most other upbeat comedies that I've seen recently. I like this more than 21 Jump Street, which was released earlier this year, and Ted, which was also released a little bit earlier this year. It went on a little bit too long, I think, but I really liked its characters. Each and every single one has a unique feel and vibe, and the way that the story intertwines and eventually all comes together by the end is very satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, I think the story was very well developed and well told. I have to disagree, though, in the sense that, like, I didn't like any of the characters.
Why?
I don't know. They were all just kind of assholes in a way. Like, at some point,
I mean, yeah,
each one of them was like a...
You know, they're fucking psychopaths, though. Like, some of them are dicks.
That's true, but, like, the main character is not supposed to be one of the psychopaths, and he's kind of a dick, too.
The Billy, played by Sam Rockwell, I actually thought he was one of the most likable characters in a way. Like, he's, like...
No, I mean, he was the funniest, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and, you know, a lot of the other actors all have their comedic moments, and a lot of the comedy in this is subtle.
It is. I mean, it was true. It was, like, it was entertaining, but I don't know. I just, like, the style was over the top. The characters did not make me... I kind of wanted the characters to die.
Really?
But, I mean, like, they were all just kind of, like, douchebags.
Yeah, but I mean, like, these are fucking, you know, these characters are mafia members. These characters are, like, you know, like, Bruce Willis in Pulp Fiction wasn't necessarily the nicest guy either. But you were still rooting for him in the sense that you were, like, you didn't want him to fucking die. Like, their characters, like, Colin Farrell in this isn't either necessarily the most likable guy. He's, like, an alcoholic who is kind of a dick to his girlfriend. But he's still, you know, you still relate to him in a sense because he's trying to understand how to do this. But by the way, the movie really makes him... I don't know if they did this on purpose. The movie really makes him seem like a fucking terrible screenplay writer.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't come up with anything by himself,
Yeah,
really.
exactly. And yeah. So, I mean, okay, maybe not. Maybe Colin Farrell wasn't that likable. But here's the thing, is that I normally never like Colin Farrell, and I'm sorry to any Colin Farrell fanboys that are hearing this.
There's something implicitly B-list about Colin Farrell.
Yeah, why is that? I think it's, I don't know, it's, I don't fucking know, man. It's just like the vibe he gives me. He actually did some, real acting in this film, so I have to give him credit for that. Like, yeah, he's pretty good in this movie. I don't have very many complaints about him as far as acting
No, I mean,
goes.
I think he did well, and I mean, it was one of those things where like, that's honestly how I came into the movie. I was thinking, fuck, it's Colin Farrell. That's how I looked at Total Recall as well. I was like,
yeah,
why did they pick Colin Farrell? But
yeah, exactly.
It's kind of one of those things where like, how, in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, how Jim Carrey just came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like blew it out of the water. I mean, Colin Farrell didn't do that well, like,
yeah.
Jim Carrey was pretty epic in that movie, but he did well.
It did make me like him as an actor more. And also, by the same token, this movie only further cemented my keenness towards Sam Rockwell. He's just a great actor. Okay, let's give our scores.
Go for it.
I thought this was a good movie, one of the more memorable comedies of 2012. I love the characters. I thought they were all interesting, and I liked the way the story comes together at the end. Overall, it was just a great experience, coupled with the fact that I got an awesome burrito later that night. That just sealed the deal. So, not that I'm including the not that I'm including the burrito in this score, but I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because.
Damn, son.
Well, it was really I don't know, it was really funny. I laughed a lot. And if a dark comedy can make you laugh more than, a feel-good comedy, well, that's saying something. So I really have to give credit to the writers and the actors in this film because, it's just, I really liked it.
I mean, going into it, I didn't really know what to expect, and it was kind of marketed as a comedy in the sense that when you watch the trailer, it's like you just see funny scenes. I don't know. For me, it was just the characters that made this movie impossible to really give a great score. Like, if you watch a movie and you don't like the characters, then it's impossible to just get invested enough to like it. So I don't know. I mean, otherwise it was good. I mean, all the actors were great, but I would have to give it a 6 out of 10 just because I didn't like any of the characters enough to ever want to see it again and just watch them be on screen for 2 hours.
Okay. All right. So very differing opinions here, but that's fine.
All right.